All right, so this is my MS311 Stihl chainsaw, and I'm gonna show you how to change out the tensioner, this little assembly here, if something gets broken inside of that. And there's a few different components, but the main thing that I broke on this one is this little bolt where you tighten the chain using this tool. So initially, when the chain was still on, would have had the chain on there, and this would have been over the top, right? And over the top of this, there are these two bolts. Okay, I pulled these bolts off using the other end of this tool. So now you're looking at the open assembly, or starting from here. Now, this piece right here, where you normally use that other tool to tighten one way or the other, half of this little metal piece snapped. So I've been using these needle nose pliers to turn it, because you can't use the flat end of this anymore. And luckily these needle nose pliers have been working, and I'm just turning it and loosening this. And with each turn, this piece here is sliding, and if the bar was actually on, it would be loosening up the chain. And then if you were turning it the opposite way, it would be sliding it this way and tightening the chain. Now, one thing you'll notice is there's a little star screw right here, little bolt that we're gonna have to get out before we can remove the entire thing. So that's gonna be the next step. So right now, I'm gonna use this little set to try and get this out. Now luckily I had this little set in my toolbox, and it's good to have these in addition to Allen wrenches for a whole range of different tools. Okay, so you see that little screw is out of there, that star-shaped screw. And now we need to try and get this assembly out. All right, that actually wasn't too bad. So I used this flathead screwdriver, and I just worked it underneath this piece and then slowly wiggled it out, and it popped right out. So you can see that, oh, dropped it. But you can see this whole space where that assembly was. Now, all we have to do is buy that new tensioner and fit it right back into place, put that little screw back in, and you're ready to go. Put the chain back on, the bar back on, and put the cover and bolts back on, and done. And this, once figuring out how to do it, was really about I would say something like a 5-minute job, maybe 10 by the time you factor in some of the little tools I was looking for. But all I really needed was something to get that star screw out of there, a flathead screwdriver, the bar tool, and in this case, needle nose pliers because that little bolt was stripped. So if you want to do this on your own, you're probably going to save yourself a couple $100. I called a Stihl dealership or somebody that was at a hardware store in New Mexico and asked them what a quote would be to replace this and fix it. And they quoted me $130 to $200 over the phone. I just looked on Amazon, and you've got anywhere from $12 to $50 for this tensioner part. So you could save yourself $100 to $150 doing it on your own. Right now, I'm just coming down out of the mountains. I've been cutting pinyon and juniper, and I'm staying at a hotel. Took me a few minutes in the hotel to get this off. I'll replace it once I get back into town and have time to buy the part, but probably save me $150. Hope this helps.